Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Dangerous Zygos here with DJ Universe, Calvin Blingwell, and Dandy Market. And Dandy Market, let's start with a shoe, specifically the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low Shy Pink Drop. It is a masterclass in how hip-hop turns taste directly into liquidity.
Man, you have to stay lit to survive in this game, and that shy pink colorway is pure survival. It is not even about the leather or the actual sneaker anymore. People are not lining up at 4 in the morning or crashing SendKRS apps for footwear. They are buying a piece of Travis's actual world.
As an artist based out here in Calabasas, I see this daily. It is the exact same blueprint Run DMC laid down in 1986 with my Adidas, but updated for the modern algorithmic era. Back then, Run DMC got a $1 million endorsement deal because they made the superstars a street uniform. Travis did not just get a deal. He integrated his Cactus Jack brand so deeply that the product moves like an album release.
Exactly, Calvin. And as a manager, the tension I see is that up-and-coming artists look at Cactus Jack and think, man, I need a massive Nike deal or a major label infrastructure to do this. But they are looking at the end of the pipeline, not the start. The leverage is the brand identity itself. If your identity is weak, a major label cannot save your merch sales.
That is the corporate reality. As a currency developer, I look at these drops as a form of alternative asset creation. Travis has created a high-velocity microcurrency. The retail price might be $150, but the secondary market immediate resale value spikes to $600. That spread is built entirely on cultural equity, not manufacturing costs.
It is the street level truth, Zygos. Nobody cares that the cotton in a $60 Cactus Jack t-shirt costs $4 to produce. They are paying $56 for the feeling of being inside the room. If the music does not feel like a whole universe, the shirt is just a piece of cheap fabric.
And that brings us to the real economics for the rest of us. Let's talk about the math of the room versus the stream. If you are an independent artist, Spotify is paying you roughly 0.003 cents per stream. You need over 300,000 streams just to hit $1,000. But if I sell a $30 t-shirt to just 50 fans at a local show, that is $1,500 gross in one night.
$1,500 in a night. Think about that. To clear $1,500 on streaming, you need 500,000 plays. I tell my artists all the time, a 200-capacity regional venue tour is a merch operation disguised as a concert series. If your average fan spend at the table is $10 to $15, your merch table is literally paying for your gas, your lodging, and your dinner.
Let's look at the financial structure of that. Streaming is basically a renter's game. You are renting space on a platform and getting paid in micro dividends. Direct-to-fan sales via Bandcamp or physical merch tables are ownership plays. When a fan buys a $45 bundle, like an EP download, a custom tee, and a signed print, you are keeping 80 to 90% of that capital immediately.
That Bandcamp play is real. I know guys pulling down $5 digital downloads from a core list of 300 superfans. That is $1,500 of direct support. You do not need stadium numbers when you have actual, high-value relationships with the people in the front row.
But we gotta keep it real about the road, though. Touring looks incredibly flashy on Instagram, but the net is the only number that matters. Once you pay for the rental van, the premium unleaded gas, lodging, 30% venue merch cuts, which some of these mid-size venues are demanding now, and then your quarterly tax bill, that $15,000 tour gross can quickly shrink to a $2,000 net.
Man, those venue merch cuts are a straight shakedown. If a venue is taking 20% of my physical merch sales just for letting me set up a folding table, they are eating my entire profit margin. That is why you have to build the business side before you ever pack the van.
So let's talk execution. If you are an independent artist listening to this, here are your immediate first moves this week. Do not go buy $5,000 of screen printed shirts that might sit in your closet. Open a print on demand account like Printful or Printify. Create exactly 3 SKUs, 1 clean logo tee, 1 heavy hoodie, and a structured hat. Test the market with 0 upfront inventory cost.
Yes, run the pre-order model. Tell your fans this drop is only open for 72 hours. You collect the cash up front, pay the production costs from those exact funds, and keep the margin. But please, set up a separate business bank account. Do not mix your personal grocery money with your band's t-shirt revenue.
That is the difference between being an artist and being a business owner. It is the old Master P blueprint. No Limit Records succeeded because Percy Miller owned the distribution, the master tapes, and the manufacturing. He understood the structure. In hip hop terms, we talk about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Knowledge is knowing your numbers. Wisdom is understanding your market leverage. Understanding is actually owning the supply chain.
And watch out for the sharks when you start growing. The moment you get a little buzz, some third-party merch company is going to offer to handle everything for a 50-50 split of your likeness. Do not sign anything without a lawyer looking at it. And for the love of God, set aside 30% of every single Venmo, Cash App, or Stripe payment for self-employment taxes. The IRS does not care about your artistic vision.
They absolutely do not. The ultimate question here is not whether you can pull off a Travis Scott level Nike collab. The question is whether you can build a sustainable 100-person fan economy that functions like a mini Cactus Jack. Can you make your world feel big enough that someone wants to wear it home? That is the real play. Thanks for rocking with us. See y'all next time.